So today's video is going to be about Prodigy from Mobb Deep because he faked his death twice and now he is playing the role of Brent Faiyaz. And the reason I said he faked his death twice is because he also played another role in LA and he faked his death there too. But I'm making another video about that pretty soon. But for now, let's stick to the role that he's playing right now. Prodigy is alive and he's playing the role of Brent Faiyaz. But before I get into that, I want to show you guys how Prodigy was born into the music industry. You know, like I always say, all these major celebrities, they're actually born into this life. And shout out to Holy But Gangsta on Instagram. He actually put me onto this one. So go follow him on Instagram. I'll put a link below. So he made a lot of posts about this. And there's an article that says 5 facts about Prodigy's family. So one of Prodigy's relatives and Prodigy's dad, they were famous jazz musicians. And they were in this jazz group called the Chanters. This is Prodigy's dad right here. So Prodigy's dad was a big artist back in the day. And the reason I'm showing this is because they try to make it seem like Prodigy was broke growing up. You know, they always give these fake backstories, but in reality, he was born into this life because both of his parents were actually famous musicians. So Prodigy's mom was Fatima Frances Collins. And as you can see, it says she was a singer, right? So that's a big hint right there that Prodigy is Brent Faiyaz. And a lot of people wouldn't believe it because Brent Faiyaz is a good singer, right? And Prodigy was never a singer. But his own mom was a singer, so it's not hard for him to learn how to sing. And she was in this music group called The Crystals. This is her in the middle right here. So this is proof that he was an industry plant from the beginning, and his parents were as well. So the definition of prodigy is a person, especially a young one, endowed with exceptional qualities or abilities. So you can't say that Prodigy wasn't good enough to be a rapper and a singer, right? Because a prodigy is literally somebody that is good at multiple things. So he's a good rapper and a good singer. And now let's get into Prodigy's death because his death made no sense and it was so scripted. It says on June 20, 2017, it was reported that Prodigy had died at the Spring Valley Medical Center in Las Vegas. And remember Las Vegas because that's going to be a big hint later on. So supposedly he died at a Las Vegas hospital. And it says he was hospitalized for his complications related to his sickle cell anemia. So everybody was talking about how he had sickle cell, right? But that's not even how he died. You know, they try to make it seem like he died because he was sick. But that's not even how he died. But before I get into how he died, I want to show you guys the scripting with this because apparently he had sickle cell anemia, right? And he died on June 20th. Keep that in mind. Because on June 19th is the National Sickle Cell Day. So what are the chances that he had sickle cell and he dies the day after the World Sickle Cell Day? That proves that it was scripted because what are the chances of that? You know, that's a crazy coincidence. And it's weird because he didn't even die from sickle cell. It says Prodigy's official cause of death is listed as accidental choking. The Clark County Medical Examiner has made the determination after completing its investigation into Prodigy's June 20 death. He was in a Las Vegas hospital when he choked on an egg. So Prodigy died from choking on an egg, guys. So just take a second and think about that. Out of all the death fakers that I've exposed on my channel, this one has to be the most obvious fake death because who the hell chokes on an egg in a hospital and doesn't make it? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't even make sense. And a lot of people were trying to say like, oh, somebody choked him and they killed him and, you know, it's a whole conspiracy that he didn't actually choke on an egg. Somebody actually killed him. But all of that is fake. You know, all those fake conspiracies are put out there to distract you from the truth, which is the fact that he is Brent Faiyaz right now. And Brent Faiyaz even has a song called Dead Man Walking because he's literally a dead man walking. And he has this picture pointing a gun to his head. That's some death symbolism. And he's wearing an orange ski mask. The mask is symbolizing that he has a mask on. And orange in Gematria is 33. And this is also a Masonic hand sign right here. So Brent Faiyaz has a lot of death symbolism, and he talks a lot about him dying in his music. And Prodigy also has a couple of death references in his music.
All of that and ain't scared to death. All y'all brand new, just scared to death.
So right there, Prodigy said he's not scared of death. And then Brent Faiyaz has a lot of death references. As you guys can see right here, it says "Till I Die." And then he made a reference to Las Vegas, right? And if you guys remember, Prodigy died in Las Vegas. So he's putting the truth in plain sight right there. And this is a comparison right here. They look exactly the same. And Prodigy used to wear bandanas a lot. You know, they even called him Bandana P. And Brent Faiyaz also wears bandanas a lot too. You know, that could just be a coincidence, but, you know, they look exactly the same and the mannerisms are exactly the same. And then shout out to my girlfriend, Divine Sade. Make sure you guys go subscribe to her channel. I'm going to put a link below. She helped me a lot with this video too because she's a big fan of Brent Faiyaz. And when I showed her that he is Prodigy, she saw it right away. And she told me that in his song Clouded, he makes a lot of references about dying. So right here, he said, I feel like dying every season. And then he said, I'm still on the east side smoking with my OGs. And Prodigy's from the East Coast because he's from New York. So that's pretty much all the coincidences I was able to find. Now I'm just going to show you guys some comparisons because they look exactly the same. I mean, this one is very easy to see. Like, there's some of them that you really have to look at to see them, but I feel like this one, you know, if you really just look at the eyes and the face structure, you can see it right away. Especially right here. They got the same nose, the same eyes, the same face structure, because they can never change their face structure. And whenever I come across a theory like this, I always try to like do maximum research, and I spend hours looking at photos to make sure that they're the same person, because I try to see if they give off the same vibe, you know what I mean? And so I always try to look at that, and I noticed that Prodigy and Brent Faiyaz, they have the same look on their face. And these pictures right here were very convincing. You know, they have the exact same eyes. I feel like the eyes give it away the most. They didn't really change much for this one, and they lied about Brent Faiyaz's height, because if you look it up, it says he's 5'11", but he's actually way shorter than that. He has some pictures with Tyler, the Creator, because I guess they have a song together. And you can see that he's way shorter than him. And Tyler's like 6 feet, so that's how you know that he's not 5'11". And I'm going to be exposing Tyler, the Creator, pretty soon too. But anyways, right here you can see that they have the same face structure. And I feel like they pose the same, you know what I mean? Like, they give off the exact same vibe to me. So this is the side profile right here. And then this is one of Brent's album covers, and he's clearly doing One Eye Symbolism. And then another coincidence is that Brent is in a music group called Sonder, and Prodigy had this music group called Mobb Deep. And apparently Prodigy exposed like the Illuminati and all this stuff. But in reality, the Illuminati doesn't even exist. You know, how could it be a secret society if everybody knows the name of it? You know what I mean? So the real Illuminati, we don't know what they're called. I don't even call them the government because they're higher than the government. We don't know who they are or what they are, so they don't have a name. So Prodigy was just another controlled opposition character on the world stage. And if he wasn't, he wouldn't have faked his death. And I'm not gonna lie, I did like a lot of his music, especially Shook ones. But at the end of the day, he was a sellout and he was born into this life. And he played multiple characters. The one he's playing right now is Brent Faiyaz, but I'm gonna expose another one that he played pretty soon because he also faked his death with that character. So he deserves to be exposed because he's lowering everybody's vibrations when he fakes his death. Because everybody thinks it's real, right? And they try to ride for him because of all the true stuff that he says. You know, and that's just controlled opposition, and that's not right, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to act like you're on our side, but then fake your death and then be somebody else who totally contradicts what you spoke about? Because Brent Faiyaz is not conscious at all. It's almost like his alter ego. So this reminds me of my video of Hobson admitting that he is Gucci, because he said that he was dropping so much conscious music. So they told him to play another role that totally contradicts everything he talks about. That way it creates a balance, and it's kind of like duality, which is kind of ironic because these pictures are in black and white. And I don't like these controlled opposition characters because they trick us all into thinking that they were conscious, right? And then when they fake their death, everybody gets scared to speak the truth because Prodigy did expose a lot of stuff. But then when he dies right after, it makes it seem like you're going to get killed for speaking the truth, right? So it scares everybody into exposing the truth because you don't want to die. So that's how they program us into being scared to expose the truth. But in reality, they never kill the people that speak the truth. And I'm a good example of that. You know, they'll never kill me for speaking the truth. And a lot of people tell me to be careful because they feel like they're going to kill me for exposing all this stuff. But they can never kill me because if they kill me, all my videos are going to blow up and it's only going to be exposed more. So, and everybody's going to be like, wow, he was right about everything. You know, so many people are going to wake up. It's going to trend everywhere. So the worst thing that could happen is they delete my channel and they shadow ban me. But I have a backup channel and a Patreon as well. And I'm also working on creating my own website so that we can post our own videos without censorship, because my last video about Etika got deleted, and that was a really good video, so I was mad that it got deleted. I'm going to re-upload that video on my Patreon, so if you guys want to check it out, go subscribe to my Patreon. I'm going to put a link in the description below. That way you guys could watch it, because that was one of my favorite videos. And I talked about a lot of personal stuff that I went through in that video, you know, throughout the journey of me posting on this channel. So I recommend you guys go check that video out. But anyways, to finish off the video, as you guys can see, even people on Twitter are noticing it. This guy said Brent Faiyaz could play a young Prodigy in a movie because they look exactly the same. Brent Faiyaz is younger than Prodigy, but all they have to do is just put makeup and prosthetics to make him look younger. And then this guy said, why does Prodigy and Brent Faiyaz look like the same person? And then somebody said, yo, is it just me, or does Brent Faiyaz kind of look like Prodigy? And then this person said, so who's going to see the musical Prodigy Brent Faiyaz on February 3rd? So apparently a lot of people call him the musical Prodigy. This girl said Brent Faiyaz is a real musical prodigy. And then here's a tweet of Brent Faiyaz, and somebody said, at first glance, I thought this was Prodigy from Mobb Deep. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And go subscribe to my Patreon to see that Etika video, because it was a really good video. And I feel like it got deleted for a reason because of how much truth there was in that video. So last thing I'm going to show you guys in this video is an interview of Brent Faiyaz. And he says that he used to be a rapper before he started singing, which is very telling because Prodigy was a rapper his whole career. And then Brent Faiyaz even says that he was a rapper his whole life. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.
Oh, no.
No, okay. And the last one was, oh, you were a rapper before you started singing.
Yeah.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
You put any projects out?
Yeah, I was like an OG SoundCloud rapper. Like, I was putting music on SoundCloud since like 2010.
Under the name Brent Faiyaz?
I had like 3-4 names.
What are the names? I gotta look it up.
Nah, yeah. But I had some shit under Brent Faiyaz too though.
Really?
Yeah.
So what made you commit to singing?
Shit, my manager. I never had nobody reach out to like manage me, but I was putting out songs where I was singing and I was rapping. And then he was like, yo, you should stop that rapping shit and just start singing. And I was like, you know, there's so many rappers out, like, why not, you feel me? I might as well be a singer, like, this could be cool. But that wasn't until, like, 2014, 2015. I was, like, a straight rapper my whole life, for real.
That's crazy. I had no idea. Someone told me that, and I'm like, a rapper? And someone told me the 112 thing, and I'm like, really? No wonder he's a singer.
Right. Nah.
So, I was watching in a different interview that you had did that one of your goals was to get a crib in Malibu.
Yeah.